5K night run over at the Lee Victory Recreation Park. You've heard us talking about the Red Cross and their critically low on blood. Call them and set up an appointment at a time that fits your schedule. Phone 1-800-RED-CROSS. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Where is the best barbecue in town? In 1920, East Main. The best barbecue for miles around is in 1920, East Main. You can buy it by the pound, sandwich, platter, or plate. No matter what you choose, it will taste great. You can come with a friend, by yourself, or with a date. Just Lick Pig Barbecue. Barbecue pork, beef, or chicken, Brunswick stew, great sides, lunch specials, down-home atmosphere, and they cater. Slick Pig Barbecue, it's the best.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. You know they're sharing change. Well, it's funded by members who round up to the nearest dollar each month on their electric bills. And it's a donation by you, and then you support hundreds of local nonprofits. You can find out more about it at sharingchange.org if you'd like to sign up for Sharing Change. Speaking of nonprofits, we've got Dana Smith here with Journeys in Community Living, and we have got a lot to talk about this morning, and board member Michael Busey is here as well. So first of all, Dana, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. And you got Michael, and from his, busy time selling, car and home insurance and who knows, all kinds of stuff, right?
Always busy, but this is important, Brian. This is important.
Well, good to have you both here. And Dana, we're talking, of course, about Journeys today. Maybe an overview, refresh our memory. And I like to do this because we have so many people moving in each and every day. The county mayor was just on saying, 12 to 1,500 people move in every year.
Yes, wow.
In the school system. So, I mean, we're talking about a lot of new people, and they may be unfamiliar with Journey. So can you tell us what it's about?
Yes, well, we're a nonprofit agency here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and our main goal is that we provide services for adults with disabilities. We want them to live healthy and secure lives, and our main goal is for them to live independently and be able to serve this community and be a part of this community. Some of the services that we provide include transportation services, where we take them anywhere they need to go, a different array of life activities and events. We also have a community day program where they actually come out to Journeys at the center and learn day skills as well as life skills and how to just be live independently. One of the unique things about our transportation program is that we have about 45 cars and vans that we utilize for the people that we support, to take them to jobs, take them to work, school, doctor's appointments. So that's a unique aspect about our agency. And we also provide them with the residential homes. We have about 18 homes here in the Rutherford County community, real homes like you and I live in, where they're able to pick who they live with, make friends, and live independently. Another component that we have is healthcare oversight. We have about 4 case workers who take them to the doctors, keep up with their medical conditions, help them with the medicines and things like that. So our caseworkers are awesome and amazing. And we also, the people that we support, like I said, we want them to live independently, be a part of this wonderful community. So they also go out and do community services with United Way. They do Meals on Wheels, the Shredded program. And that's just what we really want them to do. We want to be able to help them, people that we support, live in this community, be a part of this community, and most importantly, have fun and live life.
Sure. And each person is individual and their needs are individual. So maybe Joe needs help with transportation and job skills, and so you really have to work on those with those individually. How many people do you help with or are in the program right now? Do you know?
We have about 100 adults with disabilities that we serve here in Rutherford County as well as Cannon County. And one thing I did leave out was our workforce and employment skills training program, where they actually learn skills and go out to the community and make money at jobs here in the area.
Yeah, that's very important. Everyone wants their independence as much as possible, Michael. And you know, the work of Journeys is, I mean, Dana just listed off a ton of things. I mean, it's just really amazing. Honestly.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, and it's really personal for me. I've got two special needs brothers that have been part of it for a long time, and I'm sure you've met them. And we through Journeys, we were able to find the work that they could do. They wanted to work, but it's like, what can they do in the community? How can they contribute and give back? And they'll never be able to fully support themselves, but through Journeys, we're able to give them a really integrated lifestyle where they are part of the community. They have friends and socialize and activities, and they feel like they're contributing to the community.
And you obviously, it hits home. My wife has cerebral palsy, so you know, I think if you have been through it, or at least have family or close friends, you're a little more sensitive to it. Is that honest?
Oh, absolutely. You see it firsthand, and we see the great work that Journeys does firsthand. I mean, there's great organizations in our community, lots of nonprofits that do great work. But when you have family that's been in other organizations, you kind of realize that Journeys does this with a big heart. I mean, there's the staff that we have is just phenomenal because they really care about the people that they serve. It's not just a job to them, and I think that's a differentiator at Journeys. Is that, I mean, like I said, my brothers have been in some other organizations, and when you see the care that's put forth every day in making sure that they are getting the lifestyle that they want, they are getting to live with the friends that they want. If it's important for me to go get a job, I'm going to help them find what work they can do and really be successful in and thrive in. It's important that they not just feel involved, but that they are involved in the way that they want to be.
We're talking about Journeys in Community Living. Dana Smith is here, and board member Michael Busey joining us here in studio as well. You know, each person that comes through the program, I guess some are lifers in terms of the needs, and some maybe just need a little help, a little education to be more independent. I guess the goal is to be as independent as they possibly can if they come into Journeys.
Yes.
Absolutely, and that changes throughout their life too. Like my brothers have a roommate, and his situation's changed throughout his life. At first, his parents were really involved, and they were really able to do a lot of things that Journeys does for him. So Journeys was a minimal part of his life, but now that his parents have aged and can't really provide that same level of care for him, now Journeys has stepped in, and we can really provide from the time they get out of high school all the way through death, depending on what level of care they need. Yeah. That's where we step in. We're not going to try to offer all services to everybody because not everybody needs that. And if they have family that wants to be involved, we can be involved. I'm still involved with my brothers, but they don't live with me anymore because we have such great staff that can do that for them.
And that's honestly, I'm sure they are over the moon about having their own place and their independence.
Yeah, they don't want to live with me anymore.
I can understand that. So obviously this has a special place for you. Michael, how long have you been on the board?
I've been on, I don't know, three years now. 4 years. I've been board chair. This is my second year as board chair. I don't think I'll ever really get off the board. I think we have to sit off for a year. About every 6 years now, we have to sit off. But I mean, I think I'll always be involved in it to some degree, just because. I mean, I grew up in a home that had foster kids and special needs kids, so it's just something that's near and dear to my heart. And I think I'll always have hopefully Journeys will allow me to always have some kind of role in it.
I'm sure Dana's got another committee that you could serve off for that 1 year or something.
Most
I'm sure.
So how is the program, Dana, funded?
Well, we are funded through the development. The DID. It's the Department of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities, as well as grant funding, donations.
All that, yeah. And so I guess you spend a lot of time also doing the grants, or someone does, and
she does a great job.
Grants through fundraising. So yeah, we do a lot of grants and do a lot of fundraising for Journeys.
Well, what's upcoming and what we want to talk about here this morning, I guess, is your biggest fundraiser, isn't it?
Yes, it is our signature fundraiser coming up September the 26th. It's on a Tuesday, and it's a luncheon. It's called the Partners in the Journey Luncheon. And this year we have an awesome speaker. His name is Mr. H.K. Derryberry. And this year we are raising funds for our transportation program. Like I mentioned earlier, a unique aspect about our agency is that we provide transportation to the people who we support. And this includes the maintenance and upkeep of about 45 cars and vans. So this year we're trying to raise $100,000 to be able to replace some vans, to be able to get some new vans, and also to be able to get some additional cars and SUVs that will allow us to support more people in this community, because the need is definitely great here for us to continue the services that we provide for Journeys. And the people whom we support, they can't drive. So if they can't drive, then how are they going to be able to get around? How are they going to be able to get to their jobs, appointments, and things like that? So we provide transportation. We have awesome transportation staff. They provide the transportation to pretty much everywhere that they go. So it's very important that we raise funds to be able to maintain the current fleet of big vehicles that we have, as well as, to replace some older ones that have mileage too high and things of that nature.
Yeah, I would assume that's one of your bigger expenses, honestly.
Yes, it definitely is. It is very expensive to maintain 45 vehicles. That goes from gasoline costs. We all know that's pretty expensive, as well as, maintenance of a car, tire rotations, oil changes, and things of that nature. So all those are expenses that Journeys has to incur, to provide the quality service that we need for the people we support to be successful.
It really sounds like, Michael, whatever the obstacle is, Journeys can step in and help figure out what that is. Dana mentioned transportation, and that's always a huge thing. So are you just amazed at how, 45 vehicles, I would have never imagined that would be the number. It's just great the work that's being done here.
Well, we don't want anybody to not be able to do something, whether it's a job, whether it's volunteer, whether it's attend church services, whether it's go to a social, maybe one of the socials that we host or another social in the community, because we can't provide transportation for them. And this is important. That a lot of our clients, like Dana mentioned, receive funding through DIS, Department of Disability, at the state level, and that's great. But there's a lot of ramifications around that. And I don't know the exact number, but only a percentage of that money can be used for things like transportation, for things like our overhead, our administration, and those type of things. That money has to be used directly in the home, servicing the clients, which is where it should be. In all respect, that's where that money should be used. But we still have to maintain vans. We still have lights. We still have to maintain the houses and all these things. That's why this fundraiser is so important. Like Dana mentioned, this is our signature fundraiser. Our goal is $100,000. We have to raise a lot more than that every year, and she does a lot of that through the grants and things. But that's just to keep the lights on. In this situation, this is just to keep the wheels on. We got some vans that are really aging out, that need to be aged out. My dad drove for Journeys after he retired for several years, and when he was still able to drive. And some of these vans were still around from when he was driving.
Wow.
We really need to replace some of them and just get some newer, safer vehicles on the road to servicing our clients. And this being our signature fundraiser, it really is important that we get as close to, if not exceed that $100,000, which we've done before. But it enables us to really continue to provide the services that we're known for providing. Journeys really stands out in the special needs community. It has a wonderful reputation of all the organizations out there. Middle Tennessee has a great reputation for servicing our special needs, but it's because of the work that Journeys does. So this helps us continue that, if you will.
Yeah, and many times with grants or state money, those come with some string attached, and so this is kind of unencumbered here. It allows you to do with your needs there. So the fundraiser Partners in the Journey luncheon is going to be on September 26th. And kind of tell us, it's at the View at the Fountains, right?
That's correct.
So tell me about the event. I find that a lot of people may not go to something if they're unfamiliar with kind of like what goes on there. And, so kind of give us an overview of what happens at it, the event.
Okay, well, we're going to enjoy an amazing lunch from our luncheon sponsors, the Alley on Main. So going to enjoy lunch, also share some stories and inspirational things that have been going on in Journeys in Community Living. We'll be able to, for those who do not know about Journeys, they'll definitely be able to learn more about it at the luncheon, be able to showcase some of the people that we support as well. And this year we have Mr. H.K. Derryberry. He is known as the man who remembers everything. And he himself was born prematurely, that that allowed him to have some physical and disability and intellectual disabilities. But he has an amazing message. He's going to teach you about perseverance, and his main thing is, the only disability that we all have is having a negative attitude. So he's definitely going to give you an emotional and a roller coaster ride, testimonial of his perseverance. He was born blind because he was born prematurely to a car accident that killed his mother. So he was born blind and with cerebral palsy, and he was actually abandoned by his father at the age of 5. And he met a businessman in Franklin, Tennessee, named Mr. Bradford, and they became best friends, and his life has changed ever since then. So he just tells of his story of perseverance and how truly we all have something wrong with us, but we really do not. And that's one thing about Journeys in Community Living. It's very rewarding. We often complain about a lot of things, but the people that we support, they ultimately, they give me life. I love seeing them. I love their interaction. And we truly are helping them live healthy and secure lives. So it's very rewarding time. It's also very inspirational, and also makes you thankful for who you are, and also thankful for the people that who we support, because they do bring joy to so many lives. Michael's brothers, Mickey and Dickie, they're a hoot. So I know they bring joy to our lives at Journey. So I definitely know they brought joy to the lives of Michael and his family. So again, just gonna hear a great message, an inspirational message. He also says that if God is for you, with God anything is possible, and that's what we want to convey to our audience that day at the luncheon. We also have a treat this year, since we're raising money for our transportation program. We have some luxury cars, some fancy cars. I don't know the exact names of them, but that you'll also be able to come out and check out and see. So
where do we get tickets?
You can get tickets on Eventbrite. We have a link to the tickets on our website, which is www.journeystn.org. Also, our Facebook page. If you look us up on Facebook, Journeys in Community Living. Tickets are currently on sale, and the deadline for the tickets are approaching fast. So I would encourage you to go ahead and get those now, so you can participate in this awesome event. It's guaranteed to be inspirational, motivational, and it's a luncheon, so you can eat your lunch, get a little motivation, and go on back to work.
Sounds like a good day. All right. Appreciate you both being here today.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
For having us.
We've been talking about Journeys in Community Living today.
Greetings, friends. This is Lenny Farmer with the Jennings & Ayers